with Multiverse Digital. And one of the things I've been talking a lot about is the power behind Facebook video marketing. And the reason I've been such a strong advocate for Facebook video marketing in particular is it allows us to separate people into different groups based on how much of the video that they watched. And so as a marketer, what I start thinking about is if I put a piece of video content on Facebook and somebody has watched, say, 90% of that video, what that suggests to me is I've captured their attention and they were really interested in what I had to say. And so, depending on the content of the video, I want to decide what is the next message that I want them to see. So, it could be an offer for an appointment. If you're a restaurant, it could be a $5 gift certificate or a $5, I'm sorry, like a $5 off coupon, whatever it may be. What we're able to sort of logically decide, if this group of people watches this much of our video, what's the next thing that we want to show them? And it kind of goes on the other end of the spectrum as well. So if somebody, say, watched 25% of our video, what that would suggest to me is that we caught their attention, but we didn't keep it, and we have some work to do in terms of educating them about what we do and building that trust and credibility. And so what I'm doing with Multiverse Digital is I'm rebooting it a bit, and really kind of what I want to do is focus on all local New England businesses. And so we had a following before for the niches that we were in, and what I'd like to, and we were kind of across the country. And so part of our business planning for 2020 was to kind of just get back to being hyper local and working with the local businesses because we understand the markets here. And the principles that I'm talking about and the marketing tools that I'm talking about can be helpful to businesses, everything from large law firms all the way down to individual dog walkers who were just looking to connect with people online. And so as we're looking to build that following, we're absolutely going to leverage video. And so I'm going to show you exactly how we do that. And we're going to dive right into the computer here. So here's my Facebook page, and here's just a quick video that I put on here this morning talking about networking events. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with realtors. I'm going to do this across multiple industries, but for this training video, I'm just going to focus on real estate agents in particular. And partly because I know that they are very frequent in attending networking events. And so keep in mind, like, what I'm doing with this video is I'm not trying to sell them anything. I'm actually just trying to provide them value and show them something. And so because I want them to start following my page, what I'm going to do is first target them on Facebook with this video. And then for the realtors that say watch 75% or more of this video, the next thing that I want them to see is an opportunity to like my page. That's it. That's what this campaign is going to be built on. And so hopefully this starts to get you thinking about all the other opportunities. So if I was looking for business, I probably would have a different approach, a different video. But I'm very much of the mindset that really the first thing that we need to do is get people to follow us. And then once they're following us, we can talk to them, we can educate them, and then we can try to convert them into a customer. What I always try to avoid is going from somebody that's sort of cold, they call it like cold traffic, and just sort of rushing into getting them to some kind of commitment and becoming a customer. Really, we view Facebook marketing like any interpersonal relationship. There is that dynamic of give and take and building trust and credibility. And then when both sides are comfortable with each other, talking and having that conversation to see if we're a fit business wise. So here's what we're going to do. So the first thing that I need to do is take this video, and I want to target, I'm going to target realtors in Rhode Island. We're going to start there. So here's what we're going to do. So I'm in my Facebook Ads Manager. If you haven't seen this before, this is totally free. This is part of every Facebook account. Just a lot of people don't use it and access it. You just have to click a couple things to set it up, but it's all linked to your personal and your business Facebook pages. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to set my objective, and what I want people to look at the video. That's it. I'm not looking for conversion, traffic, anything else. I'm looking for people to look just and watch the video. So the campaign name is going to be real estate agent. Let me do this. Okay. So, and for a daily budget, the great thing about video views is they're like 5 to 10 cents a piece. So you really don't even need to spend that much. I'm going to put my daily budget, let's just say $10. Um, I'd be surprised if I spend half of that. So, okay, so we got our objective. So then the next thing that I'm going to do here is I like to try to keep these consistent. So I'm going to take this, and this is kind of like live client work. So I'm going to try to balance between just kind of implementing so this isn't too long and explaining what I'm doing. But I think once I get a little bit farther, hopefully it's all going to make sense. You're going to see how it comes together. Okay, so what I want to do is, so we're going to create a new audience, and go back here. I got something. All right, I want to make sure that that was not clicked. Good. And now what we need to do is we need to create a new audience here. Automatic placements, that all looks good. Okay, so age, we'll start there. So age, I'm thinking for real estate agents, I'm gonna do 25 to say 60 because I have a feeling that's probably the most active range. I probably could tighten it a little bit, but we'll play with that. Genders doesn't matter to me, men or women. Okay, so first, one thing that I want to do here is, so now what we want to do is if we're looking for realtors, we need to start looking at things that that realtors are interested in, right? Like we don't want to just like blast this to everybody in Rhode Island. We want to give Facebook some guidance on what are real estate agents following, what are they liking, and so we want to give Facebook as much data as possible in order to kind of find that audience for us. So I just kind of have a list here. I'm just going to shrink this a bit so I can kind of multitask here. And I'm probably not going to use all of these, but so what I have here on the right, what this is just kind of typically interests that real estate agents have. So, as I put these in, chances are Facebook is going to do a much better job matching real estate agents to see my ad. So, all right, so let me do this. Source the location. As I said, we're going to start with Rhode Island. And we can get really specific on the targeting. Like we could do it by even neighborhood or zip code, but let's just start with the state of Rhode Island. Okay, so we got our age, and so now what I want to do is just start adding different interests. So Tom Ferry, big real estate coach, so we'll add him. Let's see. Obviously, we can do real estate agent, broker, the job title. That makes a lot of sense. We can do realtor. I might not fill all of these out, but it hopefully will start to, kind of give you a sense here. You can kind of see we have an audience of about 42,000. Ideally, I'd like it to be around 150,000 if I can get it there. And so really, I think the more of these that I add, the more that number should potentially creep up. So I'm just going to try. Let's see if we can get it up to like 100,000 at least. Realtor associate. Let's see. Let's do Premier Agent Zillow and Trulio. That's always a pretty big one. Licensed realtor. Let's see what else. And you know what? Like obviously Rhode Island being a small state, if our audience is 42,000, I'm very cool with that as well. I could also expand this, like if I wanted to add Mass. let's just add the state of Massachusetts. All right, so boom, there we go. We're about 260,000. So I'm good. I'm good there. And again, like one of the things that Facebook is going to do now is, without these, this number would be a lot higher. But what Facebook is doing is it's recognizing these interests and job titles that these people have. So it's really allowing me to kind of focus in on the people that I'm targeting. So I could do this, and so you can tease this out depending on the type of customers that you have. So if it was barbershops, whatever it may be, this is where you can really start to get precise. All right, so this is a whole thing in and of itself, but just kind of gives you an idea of how you can focus your targeting. And the thing is, when you like a page on Facebook, like that's Facebook is getting that data, so they are understanding who you are, and that allows marketers to really kind of focus and find their audience. Okay, so let's just keep moving here. All right, so yeah, I'm good with this. There's for the placements, what I typically do is I don't do stories, I don't do in stream or article. I mean, you can test all of these, but typically Instagram, Facebook. I'm not really big on Facebook Marketplace. The video feed is fine. Instagram Explorer, kind of take that out too. So I typically do Facebook news feed, Instagram feed, Facebook video feed. Okay. The other thing that I try to do is I like it. It's only when they're connected to Wi-Fi, because when they're not connected to Wi-Fi, that usually means they're driving. And so the chances of them like really paying attention and staying locked into the video are a lot smaller. Okay. So now we got our audience set up, and kind of now what we need to do is put our ad together here. So here's what we would do. So Facebook page, here's my page, and what we're gonna do here is we got to upload our video, and so you can. I'm going to use it's this one right here. I'm talking about how to get the most out of networking events. So let's go ahead and add the video. And we go page videos. Here it is right here. Continue. Okay, it's like super quick. It's only 42 seconds, which is great. And now what I need to do is play with the copy a little bit, and you can kind of see here on the right, this is what people are going to see in their feed. So I kind of went ahead and put the text together. So attention, Rhode Island. Oops, and how about en masse realtors that attend networking events. Here's a quick and super easy tip that can help you build momentum with the people that you meet. Okay, perfect. That's it. And we hit confirm. Boom. So our video's up. So here, that's the first part, right? So now we're putting our content in front of people that we're targeting. So in my case, I started with real estate agents. After I close this video, I'm also probably going to work on, all the different industries that are available. Restaurants, barbershops, mortgage brokers, you name it. I mean, the opportunities are endless. But I don't like to go generic. Like I like to call out the specific industry and get the people that I specifically want to talk to. Even though we can help a variety of industries, better to talk to people directly. You're more likely to get their attention. So then here's what I'm going to do, right? So that was the first part, right? And so then what we do, and this is where it gets like really, really fun, is we go to audiences. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an audience, create a custom audience, and it's from Facebook. And let's just say, because that's such a short video, it's 42 seconds, let's just say I want people who watch 75% more of the video. Choose the video. Here it is right here. Confirm. So in the past for 365 days, that means if you watch, somebody watches this 6 months ago into the future, this audience will be relevant. And I'm just going to call this Rhode Island and Mass networking tip. Okay, create the audience, right? So what Facebook is now going to do is people who watch 75% or more of this video, they are going to separate them, and I'm going to show you how that comes into play. Okay, so we're good with that. So now what I'm going to come back in here and do is I'm going to create another ad. Okay, so now what we're going to do is remember our first ad that we set up was video views. Now I'm going to do engagement, and I want page likes, because if you remember the beginning of what I was talking about is I want to get people to start following this page more. Okay, so we're going to do page likes, and I'm just going to call it multiverse video views for page likes. And budget, I'm going to go $10 a day. And same thing, page likes are super, super cheap. I'm going to go to continue. Do this. I try to keep all the naming conventions consistent. Okay. And so if you remember before where we kind of said all this targeting and stuff, it's like, what all we do for this is, you can see here's the custom audience we just created, right? Rhode Island and Mass networking tip, right? So that's it. So this ad is just going to be going to people that watch 75% or more of that video. Okay. So all this other stuff doesn't matter because it's a custom audience. Either you watch it or you don't. And so once you watch 75% or more, you enter into this audience. Okay. Kind of the same thing with the placements. All right. You can see it kind of automatically does that for us, which is perfect. Same thing. I do mobile device only. That's, without getting too much into the science of it, everybody's on their phone. So I've just found to be the best way to do that. Go to continue. And so now all we're going to really kind of do is put our copy together. And so, like, I love this right here. I think this is perfect. And so what I'm going to do is just grab some copy here that I had kind of put together before doing the video. Put that there. This is what they're going to see in their feed. And see, all they're going to have to do is just click on that, and they'll like the page. So again, just take a step back really quickly, show them the video, they'll watch 75% of it. So now I haven't sold them anything. All I said to them, I gave them a networking tip that I think is really valuable. And if they watch, say, 75% or more of that, the next thing they're going to see is this little ad from me. And so I'm probably going to play with this text a little bit and clean it up and make it look prettier. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys kind of a real life example about how we use this in our business. So I hope this was helpful, and I will talk to you all soon.